JD Vance, it depends on how well he performs on the news, but I'm seeing it bubble back up again. JD Vance and a lot of Byron Donalds for some reason. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Let's talk vice president pick. As usual, your vote is always welcome down in the chat below. You can put anybody in there. Let's watch this little clip. It's going to show a lot of JD Vance coming up.
House former President Donald Trump's search for his next running mate is starting to get serious, we are told. A top Trump advisor reportedly begins the process of narrowing down the list.
Now, I know it looks like there's a great big list. The list isn't anywhere near that, guys. It's a handful of them. But the real key is watch how JD Vance performs this weekend. And at the end of this show, you'll see that the Fox News lady agrees. You're supposed to watch these people on TV, and Trump is listening how you respond to them. So I think this is a typical JD Vance one that shows he's articulating Trump's position on jobs and the border.
4 years, much of the job growth from the Biden administration has gone to the foreign born. Many of those, of course, are illegal aliens.
Biden's puffed up job numbers, and JD Vance is putting a pin in them and deflating them, saying, yeah, there's new jobs, and lots more jobs here, but they're going to foreign-born and illegal aliens.
If you contrast that with the Trump economy, Maria, which was about productivity enhancements, higher wages for American workers, more manufacturing, and ultimately better, good-paying jobs for American workers, with the Biden economy, where so much of the economic growth has gone to the foreign-born, has gone to illegal immigrants, while American workers struggle to feed their families and struggle to buy homes, struggle to actually live the American dream.
Now, I've heard every one of these points brought up by JD Vance, brought up by Trump before him. This is Republican politic boilerplate stuff. They send them out on the show. It's the fact that he's on message with Trump, not going off on his own in some weird esoteric way that I think Vivek often does because he's so smart, shows that I think JD Vance is getting the notes from Trump on being a vice president.
President Biden wants to flag wave about how well the economy is doing. You know, I've been home for the last 2 weeks, Maria. People just don't buy it. People recognize that it's getting harder to live your dreams under the Biden economy. And it's unfortunately because a lot of that net job growth has gone to the foreign born.
Again, foreign born, that's like the third or fourth time he's mentioned it because I edited some of these out. It's on topic. They're going like, look, Biden, you showed some good numbers this last quarter, but let's put some shade on it to help bring it to reality that a lot of those jobs are not Americans.
What a disgraceful commentary for the president to be bragging about an economy that's benefiting illegal immigrants more than American citizens.
That is just astounding, Senator. And all day Friday, we heard all this celebrating about this jobs number. You've been home for 2 weeks talking with constituents. Tell me what's most important to the people you've spoken with in Ohio.
The people in Ohio are being watched how they respond to JD Vance. Trump wants to know, is this a secure? Number one, Ohio is pretty sure a lock for Trump. Listen to this lady going back to Fox News about him being on TV and Trump watching him.
But really, we've already seen the process playing out, I think, on cable news. In fact, watching a number of these potential contenders essentially audition, really, when they do interviews and, speak out in public at Trump campaign events and such.
And this is a perfect example of one. JD Vance on Fox.
The two things I hear most about is that it's still really, really hard to afford a good life in this country, Maria. From car payments, home payments, a lot of the major indexes of inflation undercount the ways in which people are struggling day to day. Larry Summers, the Obama administration economist, has talked a lot about this, that if you actually look at what most people are spending their wages on, prices are not coming down. Inflation is still a very serious problem for American workers.
And that's another thing that most people feel is the inflation. So even if the job numbers recover, we're still going to feel that price hit at the store. So he's really underlining that for Trump.
On the other hand, of course, you have a crime, public safety, and illegal immigration problem that's making people feel less safe in their own communities. So on the one hand, they can't afford to get by in this economy and with this administration. On the other hand, they don't feel safe in their own communities.
And that's another good move, is to underline the fear we all feel in our communities. The crime rate's up. So all he's doing is just saying, you should feel afraid. And you're not going to fix it under Biden. you'll have a chance under Trump.
Because if American citizens don't control who represents us and who actually makes the laws for us, then we've been effectively, we've ended our national sovereignty as a people and as a country. It's one of the reasons why the Democrats' open border is such a disgraceful assault on American sovereignty.
And now we're going to let this Fox News lady wrap up. Then we're going to go to Twitter on what they think of J.D. Vance as vice president.
So I think we're already seeing this in motion, and former President Trump is watching closely.
He's watching all of you, so tell Trump what you think of J.D. Vance as vice president in the comments below. Here's Twitter. Tamara, Trump needs to realize he needs to pick America First VP, someone he can trust like J.D. Vance type, or not Rubio or Tim Scott. McConnell would impeach, convict Trump with those two as VP. So let's say their strategy is, their fear is, and I don't believe that about Rubio or Tim Scott, by the way, but let's keep going. And then here's Trump's secret weapon, the genius of choosing Senator J.D. Vance as VP. I forgot where that article's from the magazine Revolver. And then here's another Twitter, Marv Sauer. This is, I would trust Vivek in a cabinet position, not VP. J.D. Vance would be a better choice. What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm Doug in Exile. Thanks for subscribing.